fantastic morning and a cherished welcome to a man full of morality, epitome of heavenly grace, and heartpins of St. Paulship, Honorable Father Reverend Jacob Nirapal, ever smiling Vice Principal Sister Vinya Rose, respected jury members, our passionate and dedicated teachers, and all our sterling participants. Friends, we are extremely privileged and honored to have our Pilgrim of Progress, Reverend Father Jacob Nirapal among us. How lovely is the day! How lovely is the day, and so does the ambience and aura surrounding it. Soon the different participants of different groups would fill the atmosphere with courage and enthusiasm. Today, we are having brilliant participants, and it would be really thrilling to know what extraordinary points they are going to put forth in favor and against the topic. I, Naman Advani, would like to extend my greetings and good wishes to all the four teams and wish that may the best team wins. Now I would like to throw some light on the details of this debate competition. Topic for this debate competition is smartphones are time savers. Following are the rules. Each house will have 4 participants. 2 children will speak in favor and 2 will be speaking against the topic. Each student will speak for 1 minute in speech round. There will be 1 minute rebuttal just after every individual speech, wherein questions will be asked from other house participants. 1 question will be asked from each house. Marks will be allotted according to participants' convincing answer. Second round will be buzzer round, wherein common questions related to topic will be asked. Third round will be rapid fire round, wherein 5 questions will be asked to each house. Assessment criteria is as follows: speech carrying 10 marks, rebuttal 10 marks, buzzer round 10 marks, and rapid fire 10 marks. First, we have Yellow House to present their speech.
Thank you, Naman. Good morning, everybody. Today, as you know, is the most awaited day of the year when we organize the debate competition. What we have to do is to find a way to celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing the communities, said Hillary Clinton. Most Honorable Reverend Father Jacob, venerated Vice Principal Sister Vinya Rose, respected judges Jacqueline Madam and Shweta Madam, my dear teachers, and closest to my heart, dearest St. Paulians, a warm and gleeful good morning to one and all. So tell me, are you all excited? Can't hear you. Are you all excited? Good. Are the house captains nervous? No? Are the in charges anxious? No? Okay, maybe, but don't be, because we are debating an issue just to seek a solution, to enrich our eloquence in a very amicable ambience. Learning convincing conversation and art of oratory with wit and wisdom. So let's play it as a game and not a battle, with weapons of words and proof our medal. So, shall the match begin? Yes? Okay. So, rules have already been related to you. Now we begin the first round, that is the speech round. And before we begin, let me tell you once again, participants, you have 1 minute to go with the speech. As soon as you finish your speech, the other participants will be noting down your points. Okay, as soon as you finish your speech in 1 minute, you will get 1 more minute for the rebuttal round. Alright, where you will be marked for the way you convince the others. While 3 questions will be asked to you, I will request that the questions should be very small so that the child would be able to answer in 1 minute. So, as soon as my girl begins her rebuttal round, you note down. 1 question will be asked by red house, she will answer, then green house, then blue house. Clear? Clear to everybody? After that, we will be starting with the other rounds. Clear? Yes, you can start now, Beta.
Good morning to everyone, respected all the honorable dignitaries who are presented here as well as all the bodies. Today, myself, Sr.Sec from class 9C, wants to speak a few lines on a topic: smartphones are time savers. Well, this particular topic is self-introduced in itself, but let me clear more something about it. Let's first see the time-saving uses of the smartphones. First of all, the first time-saving uses are payment method. Yes, the payment method allows any individual to pay off and the receiver to receive off every payment that the individual pays off. Obviously, the second one is an individual can run his or her own businesses on their smartphones itself by saving his or her own time. Third, and the most important, we can call either the text or messaging someone. Directly we can call and we can save our time by calling and know the urgent work which we want to know. According to the pewresearch.com, one fact which I like to conclude with my speech is that, thank you. Questions?
Red House can ask the question. What would you like to say about thoughts of online payments?
Thoughts on online payments. Better, it provides a security policy within the websites and apps. So there is no requirement of false payments.
I'd like to mention that we can text to other people, but we spend a lot of time on texting. So what will be your answer to this?
If we have an urgent work, if I want to know about some urgent matter, or if I want to tell something about an urgent work, someone, I cannot directly text. If I text, it might be whenever she or he will see it, my message or the text I give to him. Thus, when I just call him directly or her directly, they receive my call, or otherwise they will not text him. So I don't think that it's a time saving if the person is also receiving my call, if I call him just once.
You stated something about texting in your speech, and I would like to ask that the more we text, our face-to-face expressions have been changed due to which the social behavior has changed. How would you like to justify this point?
Please pardon.
You stated that texting takes time, and the more we text, our face-to-face communication has been affected. How would you like to justify this thing?
In order to face-to-face expressions, one thing which I like to justify in this is we can just simply do the things while using the smartphones and saving our time. Right? We cannot just see the face-to-face expressions of what you say. That the question I don't getting, because time is almost done, as the teacher said. So, okay.
All right. Now we move to the next speaker of Yellow House.
Good morning everyone, this is Arya Maheshwari from Yellow House, and I would like to speak against the motion. The changes in smartphones from simple basic to highly advanced and featured phones have resulted in penetration of technology irrespective of age. This is the reason why adolescents are getting most addicted to phones. According to a study, more than 60% of the adolescents are getting addicted from smartphones. India is a market for 560 million internet subscribers. That is the second largest in the world, stands by 41%. According to a study, a youth spends more than 50% of their time on social media websites such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Your phone is tying you down instead of freeing you. Thank you.
Red House can pose the questions.
You said something against social media, but on the contrary, social media can also be used to express your ideas, share your thoughts, feelings, and advertise for, even business companies advertise their logos and ideas on social media. How can you justify that?
Social media is also proven to express this depression in teenagers and posing their fake body images, due to which children are getting depressed and they are more concerned about their own bodies.
Venus.
You said about adolescents are getting addicted. What about that adolescents kids that are spending knowledgeable time on social media?
Study is proven to say that even if out of the 100 people, if one of them is misusing anything, not even just phone, is misusing anything, then other 99 people are going to get affected from that.
Okay. You mentioned something about addiction. How can you blame mobile phones efficiency when the humans are to be blamed for addiction?
Mobile phones are addictive because they are proven to give you more amount of dopamine released from the brain. Dopamine is a chemical which gives you maximum excitement. So it is proven in the study that it gives you maximum. Now you tell me, if it is humans' fault, then why are people not addicted to books but only to mobile phones? Why is the market for books falling down and the market for phones coming up?
Thank you.
The next participant.
A very hearty and a blissful good morning to everyone present here. Today, I am Ishti Gupta would be speaking in favor of the topic smartphones are time savers. The positive effects of smartphones often goes unnoticed. They have made the human life more easy and comfortable. Everyone has a smartphone in their pocket. They help us in connecting with the family living afar and help us in avoiding the traffic jams. The cameras used in the smartphones helps in capturing beautiful moments and document the injustice in the society. All the offline stores do have an online presence so that you can buy from their apps, and they cover almost all pin codes in the India. With a smartphone in hand, you no need to carry the heavy books with you everywhere you go. E-book is the best alternative solution. Also, with the instant messaging apps, you can text someone over internet instead of old school messages that are sent through cellular connections. So, it's rightly said that as long as you have mobile phone, you are not alone. Thank you.
Be quick.
As you stated that smartphones make humans' life easier. So you mean to say that just because of smartphones we are living in the era which is easier to connect with people.
Yes.
But earlier there used to be more easier to connect with people.
No, how
Earlier
can you say
was
that?
more
Because earlier, the messages were transmitted through mails, telegraphs, which took longer days to travel from one person to another. They took 2 to 3 days, and in today's era, it takes only 2 to 3 seconds to transfer the message from people to people. It has made India a global village.
You are saying everyone is carrying smartphones. Therefore, many people were affected because of radiation. How could we help?
I cannot hear you.
You are saying everyone is carrying smartphones, and smartphones are spitting radiations everywhere, and everyone is affected, even the environment. So how can we save them?
Smartphones, the radiation. See, the radiations from the smartphones doesn't cause direct harm to the environment. Do not direct cause the harm to the environment. They have much positive effects. See, development of vision is very important because everything has pros as well as cons. So if you look only to the negative effects, then how the positive will be developed?
As you said, mobile phones, we carry mobile phones every day. What about the mental health factors carrying out with the mobile phones? What's your say on that?
Okay. The mobile phones have the tracking fitness apps also, from where we can track the fitness alert, and the exercise apps are also available, which helps us in tracking our fitness. Thank you.
Alright, I would request the other houses to please make your questions short and be quick. The speaker has only 1 minute to answer, okay? Now, give a big round of applause. To all the speakers, one speaker is remaining in Yellow House. Over to you, Shivakshi.
A very warm and a cozy good morning to each and everyone presented here, respected dignitaries and all the same colleagues. The topic which has been given by the dignitaries is that smartphones are the time savers. Time savers instead carry a long dictionary word. What is a time saver? Time saver is maintaining your time in a healthy proportion. Let me give you one example about it. When in the fast moving world, everything cannot be imagined to be 100% truth, 100% reality, then how can we manage and how can we think that smartphones are given, yeah, smartphones are helping us to be 100% variables. Let's take an example. When we watch a movie, when we watch any picture, when we watch any advertisements on the television, for example, we are watching a chocolate advertisement. We do not actually fascinated to that chocolate much, but when the chocolate is in our hand, we are going to be much fascinated, much attracted towards that. And this is the power of smartphones. That they, in the technology area, when the public gatherings are not according to us, then, thank you so much.
Be ready for the rebuttal round, Shivakshi. Be quick, Red House.
Along with the advertisement example which you stated, social media and mobile phones are also used to spread negative thoughts, negative ideas and trigger the people with negative thoughts. What about that?
That's what I mean to say. I'm in the position of the topic and I stated that also, that in the technology era, when the persons are not meeting to each another, then how can they rely to the smartphones?
Greenhouse.
What about the false and harmful advertisements that are affecting children?
See, yes, everything has pros and cons in itself. It's a human intellectual. As we are born as humans, we have a proper intellectual given by the God to understand what is right and what's wrong.
Over to Blue House. Be quick, children.
I would like to state about the advertisements which you stated in your speech. Advertisements are actually quite time-taking as they have encouraged the human society in them.
Yeah, sure, advertisements are somewhere time-saving, but apart from having it, you cannot deny it to be have a right.
Thank you.
Yeah, now the Yellow House children have finished their speeches and rebuttal round. Give a big round of applause to the Yellow House team. Good. Now over to Red House. All the best.
A very warm good morning to one and all present over here. Today I, Ujjain is here to speak for the motion of the topic smartphones are time savers. Have you ever imagined a month without a telephone? You will not be able to express your feelings. Have you ever imagined a month without using a smartphone? You will not be able to contact your friends so seamlessly. Now someone may an idea that we can use telephones. But just think about that time you would have to spend on searching for the phone numbers in the dictionary manually. Instead of that, if you own a smartphone, you just have to say the name of that person and that's it. Now someone may have an objection that smartphones are a kind of distraction. But my friend, I just want to say one thing, that wrong and excessive use of anything is harmful. We all know that nuclear power is harmful to humankind. Last, just want to say that we all use smartphones as it's very important, helpful, progressive, complete. Thank you.
Yes, Yellow House.
Sir, when you mentioned about the directories, the technology area, for example, the mobile is hacked or mobile has been in the repairing mode, then what's the human do? Then what? We are going to just rely on the phone only. Just we are going to be answered that no, my phone is on the repairing mode. I cannot answer anything to you. What's about your point?
Thank you for your question. So, you can talk to them in personal.
Over to Greenhouse.
You say that smartphones are a bit destructive, and it's correct. And in the smartphone we save contacts, but in telephone we can't. But in keypad phone we can save contacts too, and our time is also saved, and we are less distracted. So what's your point then?
Answer me one thing. Is a keypad phone not a smartphone?
No? Why?
It is a smartphone. It has software, it has operating system.
Time is up. I request do not indulge in too much of curtsies, otherwise you lose your time. Okay? Now, Blue House does not have any time to quote the questions. Time is up. It is his fault he wasted a lot of time in the curtsies. So, you will not get an opportunity to be questioned. Alright? So, I would request the questioners also to be very quick with the questions. And the people who are answering must be smart enough. You're talking about smartphones. Right? Alright, so now the next speaker of Red House, please.
Arise and shine to one and all. Today, I, Ujjain, a student of class 11th A, is here to express my views on the topic smartphones are time savers. Mobile phones, which can be defined as devices which you can use to call, text, or even as a source of entertainment. But is that all there is to mobile phones? No, I don't think so. Mobile phones have ignominious reputation of destroying a person's future, damaging their mental and physical health, change their perspective to view things, and may also lead to suicide, depression, and trauma. Every coin has two sides. The same way, mobile phones also have two sides to them. Today, I'll be speaking about the darker side of mobile phone. A person wouldn't be dying in accident just to pick up a call or text, diverting their attention and eventually leading to a nasty and a fatal accident. The academic scores of the students wouldn't be drastically depreciating if only they didn't spend their precious time scoring through social media sites. Mobile phones may also come in handy at times of emergency. I would love to speak more about the topic at length, but due to the wheel of time is running slow, I would like to conclude.
Yes, Yellow House, be first.
Ma'am, you said that the mobile phones is destroying us mentally as well as physically. But I say that the mobile phones have the trackers now so that they can track the body and the physical health.
See, there is different perspective to view things. According to me, the mental and physical health is degrading as people usually believe whatever the mobile phone is saying. So we don't usually use our mind. So this way the mental health is degrading and the physical health, instead of sleeping early at night, we would rather scroll social media sites. This way the physical health is degrading.
Socializing and publicizing is the best way to overcome depression. So how could you say that smartphones are pushing you in the valley of depression?
Again, everything has two sides. Smartphones have positive and negative sides. The question which you spoke right now, it's people are going into depression. Like when you post something on social media, you get negative reviews. Some people focus on negative reviews rather than positive. So it will put us into depression.
See, okay, sit down. Questions are not marked. I mean, Blue House, if you're not able to question, that will not change your marking scheme. It's only how convincing answers the speaker provides, that will be marked. So even if you're not able to question, it will not harm you by any means. Got it? But I still request again that be fast in your questioning. If you delay the questions, I'll have to give them extra time to the speaker. Got it? The other house then will suffer. Clear? Yes, next speaker.
Good morning to all the dignitaries present over here. Myself Jagnisha from class 10th B, and I am over here to keep my views on the topic smartphones are time savers. And let me be very clear that I am in favor of it. Don't you all think that so? When you just have to surf Google to get information whatever you want. It's not only about a particular app or website I'm talking. It's also about communication. It's also about exploring, and a lot more, and especially business. We can start our own businesses, saving our times. And smartphones help to save our times in all these fields. And the most importantly, the part which I like the most about smartphones is, you don't have to stand in queue anymore. You just have to pay your bills, your orders online. Saves your time. Thank you. Now I would like to move forward towards your questions.
You spoke about the online business, but don't you think because of online businesses, retail market business is going down, it is affecting them somewhere down the line?
As you have seen that in Amazons, there are small traders who are connecting this to Amazons for their businesses. It helps them also. Thank you.
But searching on Google reduces one's thinking skills. Like now, everyone uses smartphones for writing their speeches and not writing by their own.
It depends on you. Everything has positive and negative aspects. If you only go for negative aspects, you can't see the positive and you can't move ahead. And there are some websites which helps us to improve our public skills, public speech skills. Thank you.
You stated about something paying bills, but we have to enter our bank information, and due to cyber crimes, we are at great risk of losing all those money.
Of course, you are very right, my friend. But the reality is there are security is available on the online apps. There is RBI. You can, if there is any fraud, you can report to RBI and some officers also, CBI. Thank you so much.
From the next round onwards, the next house will be questioning you, okay, in sequence. So when you speak, the rebuttal round will be taken by first green house, then blue house and yellow. Here?
Have you ever picked up your phone just to find the answer to a simple question, but 2 hours later found yourself scrolling and scrolling through endless, useless social media? This realization may have caused stress, anger and anxiety, and ultimately your whole day wasted. A genial good morning to one and all present here. Today I, Vidhi Arbhujanka of class 10th D, is here to present my views against the topic, smartphones are time savers. Do they really save our time or steal our time? Don't you think ever since these metal boxes have been introduced in our lives, they have eventually become our lives? From waking up in the morning to setting the alarm for the next day, we human beings have become entirely dependent on our mobile phones. A tough math problem? Well, let me just Google the answer for this. Creativity, imagination, sharpness, lost. There is a lot more to be spoken upon the topic, but I would first like to answer your questions.
Over to Greenhouse.
But smartphones are time savers, because we can see that if you want to Google a word and don't know the meaning, instead of using dictionary, you can use smartphones and you will get the meaning of the word frequently and not take much time.
Well, that is my point. I stated that people use their mobile phones for a positive effect, but children these days, they use for passing their time on mobile phones, passing their time on social media, and this can degrade their achievements, their academic results.
Blue.
You mentioned that because of social media you get anxiety, but there are around 16,400 apps which work for your mental health welfare.
Well, yeah, that was the point. Everything has its negative and positive aspects, but most of the people these days on social media, they focus on the negative points. Even if you on social media you get a negative comment from a person, your whole day will be wasted on thinking about that comment and how can you improve yourself due to that. So that is my point. It does not, it affects your mental health. Thank you.
Alright. We move to the next speaker. So before we begin with the green house, give a big round of applause to the red house.
Smartphone is a boon. It is the way to the moon. It is the gust of wind in a sunny afternoon. Smartphone is the medium of a loser to tycoon. I offer my greetings to everyone, honorable jury, respected teachers, aunts and colleagues. A very common topic and uncommonly me standing in favor of it. But for a moment, let us consider that smartphones are not a time savers. And imagine a world without smartphones. Hampering economic effect, lost global connectivity and whatnot. I would like to conclude my speech by saying that I ask you all, smartphones are really time savers? Ladies and gentlemen, you will be needing a smartphone to answer that. Thank you.
Okay, now the blue house will be asking first. If the yellow house is ready, they can ask.
Sir, as you mentioned in your topic, loser to the tycoon, the question is that how can you justify that today's ancestors, today's youngsters are more self-developed in order to see the technology era? As we can see that ancestors are more developed towards us.
Repeat your question.
Sir, as you mentioned the losers to tycoon in your speech, the question is that how you can justify that today's youngsters are more developing than the ancestors. Ancestors do not have any technology, but they are more developed than us. How can you justify it?
Actually, every coin has two faces, I suppose. So that's why that ancestors were not having any mental trauma or any anxiety. So they were not using smartphone for that. But nowadays, smartphones uses are many. You also know that.
Red house is ready? Okay, time is up. A very hearty and cheerful good morning to all visionary members and my loving friends. My Sr.Sec Ujjain from class 9th B is here in the favor of that smartphones are time savers. Is it really a word calling that mobile phones are time savers? Yeah, definitely. In this generation, we are so much in a hurry that we are searching for that object that can consume our time in a very fast speed. And that is mobile phones. Right now, I am going to tell you one of the most amazing facts that clear crystals that mobile phones are time savers. A Harris Interactive for Click software is a new research study that proves that in a whole year you save 22 per day for using the mobile phones, from calculation to knowledge, from everything. You're using mobile phones for searching a simple question. So how can you see that it is a disadvantage? It is such object that saves your time from your morning to from night. Thank you. Blue house, are you ready?
You stated that we have saved 22 days per year, but it comes at a cost due to health issues. For example, we spend more time on smartphones, we get emitted to more radiation, and we face more radiation. That affects our health very badly.
So I think the person have its own mentality to search that what is wrong and what is right. If a person is searching or doing something on phone, I think he has his own mind and intellectual that how much I have to use the phone. 22 days is an operate approx from the all world over, that is from United States, and it is from 2,300 and 120 adults who had this report and shows that it's an approx one, that is mobile phone is working with this category, and it is the United States only, so I think it's a world approx.
Yellow.
And you said that there's an easy way of answering your question. Just Google it. So don't you think it jeopardizes your creativity somewhere?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Ma'am, you said that there's an easy way of answering your questions and then Google it. But don't you think it jeopardizes your creativity somewhere?
This is also actually, if we say in the time of ancestors and right now, the capability of this generation is very low. So we are not trying to do the work from ourselves only. So mobile phones are actually working in this generation from students to from youngsters.
Okay. Time is up. Next.
Good morning everyone. Today I am going to speak against the motion that smartphones are time saving. In the current situation, we see every student is carrying a smartphone and wasting their time. Because if we switch on the smartphone in the morning, we consume Reels for breakfast, YouTube for lunch, and WhatsApp status for dinner. According to a research, a normal person spends 4 to 5 hours on smartphones and wasting their time completely. Instead of that, they can consume their time by doing numerous of activities which would help them in their character building. And in our society, we can see many students are wasting their precious time on the phones instead of that, which are resulting in degrading of their health conditions. So at last, I could say that smartphones are more time consumer than time saver. Thank you.
Blue house.
don't you think that the more consumption of smartphones is a human problem rather blaming the efficiency of smartphones?
No, because smartphones are a bit addictive. Like for example, if we study from smartphone and a notification pops up, it's everyone's behavior that we will waste our time completely. So smartphone is addictive, not the human.
So you stated that wasting time, right? How would you say that wasting time is always in the opposition of the smartphone? That's not the problem of the individual. That wasting time is that is the self-distraction that individual gains. So what would you say about that?
Suppose there is a child, he is using phones for 3 hours. Instead of that, if he is reading a book for 3 hours or playing, he will improve his mental skills, like literary skills and drawing skills. But instead of using smartphones, his or her health will be degraded. That's all.
So, don't you think that just because of smartphones, new generation is able to explore themselves much more than earlier?
No, because earlier also they were exploring much more than before. Thank you.
That was Ashutosh.
Smartphone is an addictive device which traps the soul into a lifeless planet full of lives. A warm good morning to honorable jury, respected teachers and everyone present here. Myself, Ujjain representing St. Paul's, is here standing against the motion that the smartphones are time savers. But I don't think so. Do you know an average American checks their phone 46 times a day? Those quick glances and longer sessions of use add up to 3.9 productive years in which he or she could have achieved something more. If your smartphone keeps you from accomplishing important tasks, it may start to have a serious effect on your life. Nowadays, all people say that smartphones are very important. They are a necessity to live a life. But you just tell me for what necessary reasons you need smartphone? To call, to text, to capture memory, to use a simple keypad phone or hold a camera. Live interactions, online webinars, online meetings are all widely available on laptops and PCs. But with one beep of notification in your smartphone, it consumes your whole productive hour. Thank you.
Blue house. No. Yellow.
Ma'am, as you mentioned in your speech, we have necessity. But don't we think we should maintain limitations over it?
See, the necessities are to call, to text, or are on online education. But the watching YouTube videos or series in your youth, that's a youth energy first and also a big disadvantage.
Thank you.
Wait.
Blue, be fast. Red.
Nothing in my speech questionable?
What would you like to say about the positive views of the apps such as Google's? We are able to explore ourselves much more. We are able to learn more.
I just answered. See, mobile phones are a convenience, that's why it is the biggest inconvenience. If you are using apps within the limit, it's a very good. But if you are overusing it, it's a disadvantage and a time waster.
Alright. I would request the questioners to be very fast in asking. Please do not waste the speaker's time. Okay? Yes. So all the speakers of Greenhouse are over. Give a big round of applause. Put your hands together. Now over to Blue House.
From Kesaria to Tigni and from filter copy to TVF and much more, how these contents of our time is quite interesting and curious. Good morning everybody, I am Bhavya from class 10th. Would like to tend to state my points against of how smartphones are time savers. Why not we all start with a very relatable Sanskrit quote to our generation. Alasya hi manusyanam shariras tumhari puha. It simply means that being lazy is the greatest enemy of a human body. Nowadays, humans are becoming lazy due to more and more use of smartphones. Yes, we can order anything by just a click, but it comes at a great cost due to our health issues. We do prefer texting over going out and meeting somebody, but that thing affects our face-to-face communication, due to which overall social behavior has changed. E-shopping and earning on smartphones is quite hazardous because of the increasing cybercrime rates per year. Nowadays, the younger generation have been distracted due to more and more use of smartphones, as it is the main hub of the most amount of misleading information and inappropriate content. I would like to end my speech by saying that smartphones might have short-term advantages, but we are already at great loss due to long-term disadvantages. Thank you.
So you stated that it has led to loss in the face-to-face communication. What about the video calls and the Google Meet that we have now?
Video calls and the Google Meet tech actually requires more amount of data, due to which it has technically become difficult to communicate, as not everybody in this world is able to acquire that facility. Only a few % of the people in this world have been able to acquire that facility.
You state that mobile phones are distractive to some people, but don't some children use mobile phones in a productive way to enhance their knowledge, to gain knowledge?
But that percentage of children is very low in this world, because most of the children, even today, use mobile phones as a distraction. We can see the downgoing rate of the productivity of children according to a survey and based on various researches.
What is the alternative use of cybercrime in this smartphone? What is the alternative use of using the smartphones in the cybercrime?
Better use a mic, Sejal.
Alternative uses.
There are alternative uses of cybercrimes. How can you use a cybercrime?
Alternative uses for the faults of cybercrime.
Well, I am speaking against the topic, so I have no point of clearing for the topic. Thank you.
As we all know, James Bond has always been quick to adapt to latest technology, but most of the TV shows from 70s to 80s seem somewhat comical today. The police are not able to catch the crook because they can't find a phone booth, and the heroes have to struggle for hours because they can't make a phone call. This makes today's viewers get out of the chairs and yell at the TV, "Why don't you use your phone?" A very pleasant morning to one and all, respected father, vice principal, jury, and everybody present here. I, Adi Saluja, is here to speak in the favor of the motion that smartphones are time savers. Smartphones has been almost every aspect of our life. From a fashion-savvy teenager to a super busy single mother, it can make a world of difference when confusion and frustration make themselves known. Now you no longer have to stand in queues for hours and can easily make transactions worth of lakhs to even a small sum of pennies in just a second. In COVID, people use apps such as Convent to book slots for vaccination, and at that point, smartphone didn't only save our time, but also saved our lives. Thank you.
Yellow house, be quick. Red house.
So, what about creativity of a child? What about calculations? Usually, a child uses means, what do you say, that calculator for calculating. What about that?
Sorry ma'am, but I never mentioned anything about that in my speech.
But creativity, that's lost.
The thing is, I never mentioned that.
Over to green house.
So if you are in the favor of smartphones, so we are doing online shoppings. Okay. Yeah. But many small vendors are becoming poorer because no one buying products from them.
These days, even small vendors are offering their products on Amazon, man.
No.
Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Albert Einstein once said, "I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots." Good morning, everyone. Honorable Father, respected Vice Principal, juries, and all the others in audience. Smartphones are doing the reverse. Rather than making us smarter, they reduce our cognitive ability in measurable ways. By becoming over-dependent on smartphones,
smartphones, they become detrimental to both personal and professional growth. In reality, it has come at a cost. The cost is that smartphones has become quite addictive, serving us as a distraction which makes us unproductive due to its over-conveniences. When we open a social media application, it sucks our time like anything. People are getting affected to it. They create social isolation which leads to various mental health problems. Thank you.
Yellow. How can you say that mobile phones are making people idiots?
I never said that. I just quoted the quote about Albert Einstein. Nothing much. But I never said that. I just quoted something what Albert Einstein said. Nothing much.
Shreya, you mentioned something like smartphones make people unproductive. What would you like to say about that?
If we are given a topic to write an essay on or anything, we search it on Google. Instead of using our own mind, we search it on Google to check the answers. Doesn't that make us our imagination less? Doesn't that make us stop to think out of the box?
No questions, sorry.
Thank you.
Smartphone saves 22 days of our time every year. Good morning, respected father, vice principal, judges, teachers, and my fellow mates. I, Anya Agrawal of class 11C, hereby stand with the motion that smartphones save time. With great power comes great responsibility. The power that mobile technology holds, which has combined a medley of technologies in one single device. Phone, messaging, navigation, music player, alarm clock and whatnot, which equips us for almost everything. Time being the most essential commodity which cannot be trifled with. Just consider, you urgently needed to book a cab, got an important message for a client or employee, want to capture that precious moment stuck on an isolated road. Don't want the hassle of going to the bank. Solution to all these is just one click. Thank you.
Yellow.
You said that mobile phone saves 22 hours in a year, but in a study it is proven that youth spends 17 hours each week on social media websites, wasting their time. What do you have to say about that?
According to the survey I read, it stated that smartphone saves 88 hours in a day, which resulting to 22 days a year. It stated with the facts, emails, how much time they save, GPS.
Red. Red house questions. No, green house.
If you are using smartphone, you are using social media. So in social media, now teenagers are having addictions, anxiety and toxicity are increasing. So what are your points on that?
According to me, I don't think so. I feel it's upon us to use it judiciously, extract its productivity.
Yes. I needn't say that. But cheers to all the houses together. Very good. You are a good patient listeners also. A good applause for yourself. One applause for yourself. Very good. Now we are on to our buzzer round. Okay? Now buzzer round, you have to be very alert, very quick. You have to listen to the questions immediately and you have to answer. And if you answer without the buzzer, it will not be taken as valid. Alright? So be quick, be alert. Each question will carry 10 marks. Alright? Whichever house answers, that house gets the marks, not the child. Clear? Ready everybody? Ready my dear children? Yes? So the first question is, who is the inventor of the first practical mobile phone?
Martin Cooper.
Correct. Question 2. First Android smartphone in India.
Nokia.
Motorola.
Wrong. Number 3. First Indian company to make mobile phones. Answer fast. After the buzzer, you must immediately answer.
Android.
No. I said first Indian company to make. Question 4. First smartphone launched by Nokia.
Nokia wins.
Pardon?
Nokia wins.
No. Nokia 9000. Question 5. First Android phone manufactured by Samsung.
Note 1.
No. Nexus S. Question 6. Which bank introduced the first mobile net banking?
ICI?
Wrong. ICICI. Question 7. Which type of battery is used in mobile phones?
Lithium-ion batteries.
Correct. Lithium-ion battery. Question 8. What does a SIM card stand for? SIM card.
Module.
Pardon?
Something integrated module.
No. This subscriber identification module. No marks will be given. Question 9. Who is credited for the use of hello as a telephone greeting? No. Thomas Edison. Question 10, the last one. Where was the first person-to-person SMS sent? Which country?
America.
No, Finland. Alright, that's all for the buzzer round. Yes. Now let us cheer for them. The buzzer round is over. Now we will start with the rapid fire. First I'm going to give them the chits and accordingly they'll get their set of questions. Number 1 is house blue. Judges? Number 2 is house green. Number 3 is house yellow. And 4th is of course red. Alright. So, 5 questions will be asked in 1 minute. You have to answer as many questions as you answer. You will be getting 2 marks for each question. Got it? The buzzer round was 10 marks each. Rapid fire, it is 2 marks each. Ready everybody? Yes? So it will be asked house-wise. Alright? So since number 1 was blue house, first set of questions, set 1 will be asked to house blue. Is that clear? Judges? Shall I ask? Ready? Which company launched the first cellular network in the world? No. It was Nippon Telegraph and Telegraph. Question 2. Name the first commercially available mobile phone.
Motorola.
Correct. Motorola. Expand PSTN. PSTN. No. Public Switch Telephone Network. Question 4. Which country hosted the launch of the first commercial cellular network?
Japan.
Japan, correct. The fear of being without your phone or losing your signal.
Photophobia.
No. Nomophobia. No, only 1 minute, 5 questions. Now over to greenhouse. Set of questions, that will be 2. Ready, greenhouse? Your time starts now. Which company is the present parent of the network operator Tata Docomo?
Vodafone?
No, Bharti Airtel. The first smartphone in the world was designed by
Android?
No, IBM. Which company manufactured the IBM Simon? Mitsubishi Electric. The practice of ignoring one's companions in order to pay attention to one's phone or any other mobile device is known as
Samovia.
No, fubbing. Dash is a walking person using a smartphone and not paying attention as they walk, possibly risking an accident in the process and increasing social phenomenon.
Samovia.
No, it's a zombie. That is smartphone plus zombie. Zombie. Alright? So, question now, Yellow House, the third set of questions. What was the original name of the Global Positioning System, GPS?
Mobile charger?
No, now start. Which is the most sold mobile handset worldwide?
Samsung.
No, Nokia 1100 and Nokia 1110. Question 3. Which mobile communication technology has been named after the epithet of Scandinavian king?
Next please.
It is Bluetooth. What is the most downloaded game of all times in iOS iPhone? PUBG? No, Candy Crush Saga. Question 5. What mobile app had the most users in 2017?
Instagram.
Facebook. Alright, Red House ready? Your time starts now. What country had the most smartphone users?
America.
No, China. The first smartphone was made in
1973.
No, 1992. What company made the first cell phone in 1973?
Motorola.
Correct. Motorola. When was the first iPhone launched in India?
2000.
No, 27th May 2011. First 3G mobile service provider in India.
Nokia?
No, MTN. Alright, so that is all with the debate competition.
It's a great privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of our school management to all the dignitaries who have witnessed today's memorable and successful event. First of all, I would like to thank God Almighty for giving us the strength and courage to do everything well. A great leader is the one who leads by setting a trail worthy to be followed. As we climb the ladder of success with more and more vigor and versatility, there is a presence of capable and resilient leader among us today. My sincere gratitude towards Reverend Father Jacob Ripple, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace today's occasion. A bouquet of thanks to all the teachers who supported our students throughout and guided them wonderfully. My heartfelt gratitude towards jury and the backstage supporters, the technical team. Thank you for making the day flawless and successful. I'd be failing my duty if I did not thank the audience present here and being such passionate listeners. Congratulations to all the winners. Have a splendid day ahead.